All right, folks, we are back for the last bit of today's episode, and our players are in the thick of the great game. Let's keep the fun going. We've got Challenge Room 3 ahead of us.
Yeah, challenge 3.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You arrive at this new stage where the thing that is waiting for you in the center, and kind of this raised platform, is an iron cage. And Brimstone will go, all right, are the three of you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Clap, clap. And once again, like, the room will burst into light, and there will be this round of applause. There we go. That's the applause I was looking for. As Brimstone goes, welcome to Room 3, where we are going to be playing What's My Life? And he will snap his claws, and there will be this puff of smoke in the cage. And when it disperses, a halfling man will be standing there with his arms crossed, looking at the three of you. He is wearing sort of this plain black suit, has neatly trimmed black hair, and a very pointy nose. And Brimstone will go, this is the game that we call What's My Life. The contestants will get a chance to inspect today's subject and then ask him 10 yes or no questions. At the end of that process, our contestants will need to be able to say what our subject's unusual profession is. If they can do it, they will advance on to the next challenge room. If they can't do it, well, the words death of a painful sort are not thrown around idly here at the Silkran Toll. Contestants, please say hello to today's subject, Mr. Errol Littlefoot. And Errol Littlefoot in the cage will kind of, give a slight bow. Go, Mr. Errolfoot is not allowed to say anything unless you ask him a yes or no question. Before you dive into the questions, you are allowed a quick look around to see what about his physical appearance can tell you anything you would like to know. When you are ready to begin with the questions, just say the word. We'll be waiting.
I would love to do that quick look around.
Yeah.
Cool.
Me too.
Roll me perception, all three of you, and tell me a little bit about kind of like what in his physical appearance you're paying attention to, just to kind of figure out what you might learn.
So I got an 8 plus 6 for a 14. I'm trying to see if he has any noticeable, like, things on his skin that make it clear what he does. Like if his hands are like all like calloused, or if he has, like,
Ink stains.
I don't know, like particularly, or like particular like sunburns.
Sure.
Like I'm trying to see if the skin tells a tale.
Okay, cool. So you're on skin duty.
Mm-hmm. You know me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the other two of you?
I rolled a 15, and I think since I am so small, I will be paying close attention to his feet and legs to see if there's any clues there.
Mm-hmm.
Either shoes or barefoot or...
And Mike, what did you roll?
I rolled a 14.
Okay, cool. What about you, Beth?
I would like to pay attention to his clothes, sort of indoor, outdoor. Is there any animal fur and stuff like that? However, I did roll a 4-1 for a 3.
Cool. Okay. It's a suit. It's a nicely made suit. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look enormously expensive. You don't see signs of royalty on it. Beyond that, you arrive at the conclusion that it is a black suit. So, Mike, I think that in terms of the things that you've said that you're looking for, perhaps more eloquent than the things that you do see are what you don't see. Because, like he doesn't have, like, a farmer's tan that is like, this guy is, like, working in a field 9 hours a day. He doesn't have, like, gnarly calloused hands. He doesn't have, like, alchemical burns or sort of anything that is like, this man is, like, working in a forge fire. His hands, he's kind of, like, standing kind of defiantly at the three of you as you look him over with his hands crossed. But like from what you can see, his hands appear to be soft. So you're probably looking at someone that works indoors in some capacity.
Okay.
Cal, the shoes are nice. They are sort of these like well-maintained boots, but you also notice some musculature and sort of tension in his legs. So like this is someone that, you know, at the very least would probably be able to run pretty quickly. And whether that is because he runs marathons on his off time or because it has something to do with his unusual profession, that's open for debate. But you sort of notice kind of a like, yeah, this is someone that like could probably outrun definitely the three of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially in my current state.
It appears that it hurts to breathe for one of our contestants. I enjoy this greatly.
Okay.
So the goal is to find out his profession with 10
In
yes
10
or no question?
Yes.
Okay.
They have to be yes or no?
Yes or no questions.
Yes or no questions. Okay.
Yes. And like you can talk amongst yourselves, you can kind of do other things. You have now sort of done a general inspection of him. He cannot talk back to you, but he can follow basic commands. Like, you know, like if you tell him, can you like raise your arms for us or something like that, he might or might not follow that instruction. The only thing that he can't do is talk to you.
Got
Okay.
it.
I guess Satus would turn to the other two and just be like, okay, see, from what I'm looking at, it seems like this guy works indoors. So some sort of not out in the field type job. Maybe something on the cushier side.
So
Okay.
he's very muscular in his legs. So
Okay.
I don't know, maybe he just works out, but he looks like he's in pretty good shape.
Okay. Could be
Nice
on his feet a
shoes.
lot.
Nice shoes, yeah.
Yeah, it could be on his feet a lot. He's got a nice black suit. I don't know. Maybe, so if you're saying on his feet a lot, but inside, maybe it could be something in your line, Satus, some sort of performer or
Maybe.
dancer or...
I'm not sure. I think we'll just have to kind of, with the 10 questions, we should try to like start big and narrow it down. So I think just trying to continually get more specific as opposed to trying to ask too narrow of a question. Let's really try to, you know, reduce the Venn diagram.
I trust you, Satus.
Yeah.
Will
I
our
think you should be
contestants'
point man.
feeble and pointless scheming lead to anything? I hope not.
Okay, let's see. First question.
What about, does he work with other people?
That's what, okay. I was going to say that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you work with other people?
The halfling will kind of cock his head to the side a little bit and then kind of, you know, gesture at Brimstone like, and the imp will fly over and they'll have sort of this quick like, and then like the imp will kind of like fly back and the man will go, I have on occasion worked with people. Most of my work I have done alone.
Okay. Mostly alone.
Mostly alone.
Mostly alone.
He'll go call it a 30-70 split.
Okay.
The contestant should be careful and shut the fuck up. Excuse me, the subject should be careful and shut the fuck up.
Okay.
We'll kind of go like, sorry, just trying to answer appropriately.
Okay, here's something. We could ask if, you know, I like Helena's thought of like, if does he do his work for, I'm trying to say like, does he perform for others or do people come to him? Like something where it's like, I don't know how to ask like, is is your work admired by others, or something to try to see, like, is he a professional violinist, or does
Is
he
he a
make,
performer? Of
or is he an
some-
accountant? Like,
Right. Is he in creative arts? That would be like maybe writing, performing, quite broad.
or
but-
do you do your work in front of crowds, maybe?
Yep. Yeah, that's quite
That's
a
a good-
host of things.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Yes.
So question 2, do you do your work in front of crowds?
He'll very quickly shake his head and go, "No, I don't."
Okay.
Okay.
So not in crowds. So it doesn't seem like a performer. Doesn't seem
Yeah.
like he would work in like the food in like the restaurant industry.
No.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe we could just ask like if it's involved in the world of finance. Like,
Sure.
seems like a broad enough category that kind of splits it in the middle.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Is your job in the world of finance?
Again, he'll kind of cock his head and like call Brimstone over, and they'll have another discussion. And then once the imp flies away, the halfling will go, "No."
No. Okay. So I'm thinking no, like accountant, lawyers, stuff like that.
Alchemists.
What if, should we ask if he works on his feet?
Oh,
Or,
What, as in, is he standing up all day as
Yeah.
opposed to like working out on his feet all the time? Which
yeah.
Listen to them flail and try to arrive at an answer that can save their sorry hides. Truly doom approaches.
Like, as opposed to a desk job.
right. Okay.
know?
Sure.
Is he,
Yeah.
Is it an active job?
Okay, yeah. Then how about we just ask, is your job a desk job? And then,
It is
cool.
not a desk job.
Okay, so it's not a desk job, usually alone, not in front of crowds.
Not in the world of finance after a
Not in the world of
bit
finance.
of consideration.
But does he make things? Like
Sure.
He could be like a blacksmith or something.
Yeah, okay. How about we say, like, do you make, like, tangible items?
yeah,
Do you make tangible items?
No, I don't.
Okay. So, no, not like an artisan.
Half their questions already gone, and they seem completely at sea.
so could still make sort of magical, untangible things.
Could be a doctor. Like, could be in the world of medicine.
Could be.
Yes.
Because,
But I
you
feel
know,
like
on
he
your
would
feet, sometimes
work-
alone, sometimes in groups. Not a desk job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we could just ask, is it in, or is there a way to get at that in a broader sense that isn't basically just us asking if he's a doctor?
Do
We could
you
ask.
help people? Or
I was going to say, like, we could
Yeah.
ask something about, like, do your clients come to you with a problem that you need to solve?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
I worry that that's too vague, though. Even if someone, like, needs their
Hair done.
right, that's a problem that needs to be solving. That sounds like any job.
Everybody roll me a quick insight check.
Okay. That would be a 8.
10.
Not good. It's 5.
Continue as you were, deliberate away.
There was the hesitation about finance.
Finance. Mm-hmm. So,
Which
like,
makes me
money
think it's
is
something-
in play.
He has hesitated
Yeah.
around does he work alone and about does he work in finance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have we asked if he works indoors?
We haven't asked that yet. We just kind of inferred it from my
Yeah. I think
things.
let's not
And-
waste a question
yeah.
on that.
Yeah, like he
Right,
does not have
indoors,
the
but not a
complexion
desk
of
job.
like a farmer or a traveling salesman or like a
Yeah.
cart driver or something like that.
Sure. Okay.
Do you think he works in some sort of magic, and if there's any way?
I like the idea of is your
asking
work
about
magical?
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Or just like, is magic involved in your work? Cool. Is magic involved in your work?
Again, the halfling rolls his eyes a little bit and is like, and the imp flies over and is And finally, once the imp flies away, the man goes, I often use magical items in my work. I would not say that magic is the focus of my work, per se.
Okay. He uses them, but it's not the focus. So it doesn't seem like he, sells magical goods or something.
No.
Or
So now I'm
create
wondering,
them.
yeah, what is he? Some sort of something along the lines of a scientist or someone who is studying or looking into something,
Oh, okay.
using magical
Yeah.
items, but not for magic, for some other reason.
I wonder also maybe he's trying to think of what.
But it could also still be the doctor or the healer. Because magic could be involved in that as well.
He uses them, but they're not the focus of his work. So if the focus of his
Yeah.
work is curing people, then yeah. The finance, though, is fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's not performative.
I was
It's
thinking,
not in front of crowds.
yeah, he could be like an
Right.
appraiser of sorts, but I don't know in what situation would an appraiser work in a group and not by himself, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Our little imp friend tell us it was an unusual profession.
Did.
Okay.
I'm wondering if, I don't know, what are unusual professions, and then how can we...
I want to just take a second and recap what you have learned so far.
Great.
So, from Satus's kind of observation, you seem to think that this is someone that works indoors, and you know that he has soft hands, does not have kind of gnarled hand calluses of somebody that does heavy manual labor, does not have the skin complexion of somebody that is out in the sun all day. Cal, he has nice clothes and nice boots. He also has kind of muscly legs, the legs of someone that can run very quickly. He works with other people 30% of the time, but 70% of the time he works alone. He was the second question whether it was in the creative field, right?
It was whether
was-
he
We has
performed it in
finance.
front of
And crowds, yeah, crowds is
Yeah.
the second
Yeah,
question.
so
crowds and then
does
finance.
not work in
He
front
does
of
not.
crowds. The ultimate answer was that he does not work in finance, but there was a
There was some
clarifying round
deliberation about
there.
that.
He uses magic, but magic is not the focus of his profession. And then I feel that there's one more question that was asked that we have not reached.
Does he make tangible things?
Yes, and he said no, he does
said
not.
No.
He does not.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, where would you like to go next?
I do something in the science-y doctory direction.
We could say, did your work require schooling? But that feels like everything would say yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Does he help people?
I feel like, unfortunately,
That's
that also
too-
might be a
that's
yes.
Too vague. Yeah.
I suppose we've still sort of got the possibility of...
Also, the running, the fact that he
Yeah.
looks like he can run.
That's confusing me with the
That's-
indoors as well.
Yeah.
Like a dance instructor, but that seems too performative from what we've learned so far.
Yeah, and he would
And
be
then-
working with other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how you look at it, doesn't it? Because if you work with other people 70-30% of the time, if you're a dance instructor to a posh person, you might work with one person, but you are the only dancing instructor.
Hmm.
There are plays about this. People get into all
Yeah.
sorts of bother.
Yeah.
That's why I know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got very specific here, though, and we haven't really ruled out the more sciencey.
Well, we could say, do you teach things?
Right.
Yeah.
That's
oh,
that's
yes,
a good.
Yes. Are you
yeah.
a teacher?
Because then that gets us like an instructor or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think let's try that.
Okay.
Do you teach things to others?
Again, he kind of bobs his head a little bit, calls the imp, and like they have a whispered conversation, and then he goes, in order to do my job, I have on occasion had to teach someone how to do something. It would be a categorical lie to say that teaching is in any way the focus of what I do.
Okay. So not an instructor,
Yeah.
but sometimes has to teach people.
That suggests he has people under him that he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he is working in a group, he might have someone underneath him.
Insight check here.
Okie dokie. Another 8.
15.
Slightly better. I think I got a 16.
Okay. I will say that with that, Helena and Cal, the thought both occurs that it is like, yep, it's absolutely possible that it might be that he has people underneath him, or it might be sort of a like working with a partner and needing to teach the partner how to do something. Like it might not be kind of in a like up and down structure. It might be kind of in a like, we both need to ride this horse. I know how to do it, so I'm going to teach you how to do it, sort of a thing.
Got it. That again brings me back to the running is what's throwing me off.
The indoor muscly legs,
The indoor
sometimes
muscle
in a
legs.
group.
Sometimes.
My next rock band will be called Indoor Muscly
Indoor
Legs.
Muscly
legs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think we should ask something about working in medicine.
Okay.
How many questions do we have left?
You have
think
3
three.
left. I want
Three
to.
left.
I don't want to wave you too much in any one direction, but like before you ask more, I encourage you to hold the like. Finance gave him pause.
Yeah.
So sort of think about that, and like I'm open to hearing kind of how, hey, look, like I've been to a doctor here in New York City, and that person could definitely be considered someone that was primarily in the business of finance.
Yeah,
But-
no, you're right. You're right.
But yeah, just remember sort of that.
Okay. So it's something that he probably makes money with, but it's not. Is he like a private investigator?
I wonder if it's more like finance adjacent, because I guess
Yeah.
he'd make money doing
Right.
anything.
I mean, yeah, like is
yeah.
he?
But it seems like,
The magical items is too, because it's not like he's like a realtor or something.
yeah.
So what would be something that kind of is finance, but is not finance?
The other teams must be advancing through the labyrinth at an accelerated pace, while our contestants foolishly waste their time here. Perhaps death would be desirable to this indecision.
You're not helping.
I know I'm not.
Having the hardest time thinking of what this could be.
Oh, maybe it's a pirate. I don't know.
Except that would be outside.
I know.
But-
Treasurer, wealth management, is in charge of the estate of rich people.
Yeah, but we need a semi-finance. Those feel like he would have definitely said yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm just
What if
saying
he's like
things,
a butler or a valet?
right? Working with the rich people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Having to walk
Oh.
around.
We could just
Yep.
ask, like, are you in the service industry?
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you in the service industry?
He'll give a little smirk and go, I'm not in the service industry.
Oh.
Dang.
Two more questions. Goodness me. Magical items. Finance. Does he, like, make safes and, like, to keep people's valuables, like,
But
is
he
in-
doesn't make tangible things.
That's true.
But I like where you're going with the
Yeah,
idea
I like
of
where
if
you're
it's
going.
not about
Like
finance, but maybe
security.
it's to do with a bank. Like it's
Yeah.
one of the jobs. We know banks.
Yeah, we know
Yeah,
banks.
we know banks.
We know of
People work-
banks.
Yeah.
People
We
work there
did.
and run about, and
We spent quite a while
In
in
a bank,
in
yeah.
a vault.
Mhm.
Yeah.
there are jobs there, and banks are often
Right.
very large and labyrinthine, and
But it's not the service industry.
Yeah, but I guess my thought was like the security. Like, does he make security systems with like magical locks?
Doesn't make
and stuff?
tangible things, remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not tangible. What's an intangible thing to
That's
do?
kind of financial.
Kind of financial, but he probably needs to run around to do. Does he work with animals?
Feels like he would have had some scars and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it depends on whether you consider a stockbroker an animal. I, for
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
At this point, you just hear.
it's fair.
Yeah, I have no idea.
We could ask like if he works with wealthy people or like more of the
Yeah.
common folk.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Are the people in that you most often see while you're doing work, are they the wealthy class?
He opens his mouth and closes it, and then like rolls his eyes and is like.
Hmm.
And like like the imp comes over and they have sort
Yeah.
of another whispered conversation. And this one lasts for a while. Like this one lasts for a
Yeah.
minute. And it even seems that the imp gets like a little agitated. And the guy is gesturing at the three of you like.
Yeah.
And then finally, like the imp like throws up his hands and flies away. And he goes, okay. Trying to give you as honest an answer as I can. Most of the people that I work with, we would not say are wealthy. But I do almost all of my work in the spheres of the wealthy. However, I don't work for the wealthy. He kind of, like, looks at the imp like, yeah? And the imp kind of goes like, yeah.
Okay. So the people he's seeing aren't wealthy, but maybe the work he's done benefits the wealthy.
He works in around the wealthy.
He's kind of, giving you like this kind of like bob of the head. It's kind of like, eh. And the imp goes like, the subject will stop that.
Yeah.
Only have one question. So does our last
to be
question have
clear,
to be are you?
No, you get one more question and then you
Question,
And
take
then
a
you
shot.
get
we
to
get a
guess.
guess.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
We could just ask if these people who like come to see him, like, are they happy to see you? Are they happy to see you? Because then it could be like, if they're not happy, he could be like a dentist, and if they are happy, it means they're like buying something from him.
Or a debt collector.
Time out. You just
Yeah.
said people that come to see him. I think that you're taking a
Oh.
bit of a leap there.
Okay, true. Yeah,
Okay.
true.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I want to be tough, but also fair. Of just
Yeah,
kind of like, I
yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
just like let you.
Right.
But I don't think that it has been established that like
Yeah, that is true.
people go to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lo, the icy talons of death approach.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Yeah.
I would suggest maybe
Okay.
once again recapping what you know to see if
Yeah.
kind of putting
Yeah.
it
Let's
together.
Let's recap what we know. So, he looks like he works indoors,
Mm-hmm.
but is possibly active.
Leg muscles and that.
Leg
yes.
muscles. Doesn't make tangible things.
Yes, I think I've got most of them. He works mostly alone, 70% of the time. He works not in front of crowds. He works in finance, no, but
Adjacent.
it is not a desk job. I repeat, not a desk job. He does not make tangible things. He does not. The focus of his work is not to create magic, but he does use magic from time to time. Ish.
Yeah.
He's not a teacher, but sometimes his work will involve teaching someone to do the thing he's doing, I guess.
Possibly like a partner as opposed to like people working under him.
Yes. Good point. He is not in the service industry. And what did we just say?
His work is like the people he's working with are usually not wealthy, but it is in the spheres of wealthy people.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he works with not wealthy people in wealthy spaces, but he wanted to be clear about like not working for the wealthy people. Bless you, Beth, for taking thorough notation.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
That's okay. You've got loads of notation.
Just one final question. What are you two thinking?
I guess well, what are the things that we think it could be? I'm still not convinced it's not being a doctor or something like that. I feel like that could technically qualify for all of these things.
I'm gonna wave you off from that direction again, like the finance
Okay.
adjacent.
Yeah, that's right. The
thing.
finance. That's right. The finance.
Yeah.
I guess one thing I want to know is like, is it an active job? Does he travel for his job?
We could ask, like, do you work in the same place most days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
Then
sure
we'll
how
see.
that would narrow
I
it
mean,
down,
I
but
think we might be screwed here, in which case we might plow on.
I'm sorry. I think I just glimpsed like a weird thumbs up appear on my video screen. I think
Oh, that
is
might be
Zoom
that might
going
be
nuts.
Zoom. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
one.
that-
in a little
that-
bubble.
I apologize for that, dear viewers. That was not an intentional effect.
Now there's other things you can do that I don't know.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to turn them off.
Yeah.
But
Does it,
yeah, let's.
does it
I guess
react to... Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me or if it's everyone. I know sometimes if I do this,
You have to
balloons
have a
show up.
certain. I think you have to have a certain Mac OS or
Yeah.
Oh,
something.
yeah.
But
I can always make
Oh,
the thumbs up one
weird.
happen.
yeah,
Okay.
if you raise your hand, it might raise your hand.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting us
Anyway,
distracted. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, let's ask if he works in the same spot most days.
Okay.
Do you work in the same location most days?
He very emphatically and quickly shakes his head and goes, absolutely not.
Okay.
Okay.
So he moves around.
So he
All
moves
right.
around. Okay.
Moves around. He's not like in a museum or an office, not a desk job. Moves around to
Yeah.
multiple places.
Our contestants are out of guesses. It's time for them to take a guess out of questions. It's time for them to take a guess and meet their fate. Their icy, deadly fate, most likely.
So it's like
Pardon
he
me
visits
while I get a
people
plate
rather-
for my saliva in anticipation.
Yeah.
Look, we might fend off whatever physical challenge comes our way. That's
Yeah.
I'd
we're
like to
gonna-
see
yeah.
that. But even more,
Yeah.
I'd like to see you die with the physical challenge.
Lol.
Yes, we know.
Not sure if Satus can die currently. So.
Yeah.
Ah. So,
Right, I keep forgetting. I need to
moves
mentally insert
around.
Ghost Satus into proceedings.
Yeah. Woo!
magical items.
Moves around.
Somewhat finance.
Is he
Lots of
some kind
different
of
places.
consultant?
A financial consultant to the poor.
But only kind of finance.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like an art consultant? No.
That's what I was thinking of, like maybe some sort of like. But
Ooh.
but if he was a curator or whatever, like, or like an antiques appraiser, I guess people come
Yeah.
to him.
Well, he could go to them.
Emma, you look like you just had a
Oh.
thought. Or Mike just definitely had a
I was
thought.
just thinking. Yeah, you go
yeah.
with your thought.
My quick thought was, is he like a jeweler of sorts? Like people
Except
are
it's
buying.
not tangible.
Yeah, but I guess he doesn't make them. What if he's like a jewel set? I guess my thought is like, what's an expensive thing that a lot of people get, and that's like engagement rings. But what
Remember
were
that
you
he said
thinking?
that he does not work for the wealthy.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I wonder if he's like some kind of archaeologist or something. That would put him outside more, but like
Yeah.
something, or like he works in museums. He's
Museums
like a,
was also an angle I was going, but
Yeah.
that's why I was asking if he's in the same spot. So he's not like at the same museum.
no.
Any thoughts, Helena?
Not really. I don't really see the museum's angle entirely.
Yeah.
Going door to door, perhaps being invited into people's houses, maybe antiques.
An antique appraiser.
loans, I don't know.
An interior designer, an architect.
Ooh,
and-
an architect.
But magical items?
I
He
could,
could use
in a world
magic
with magical
to-
items, why wouldn't
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's a good thing to keep in mind. Of kind of, like this is a world where magic is, if not commonplace, kind of very available. So there's kind of a lot of day-to-day challenges would have magic around them. And so there's a lot of regular professions that would be incorporating magic into them. Like, I think that,
Yeah.
for example, and I'll give you this as a freebie, the guy's not a plumber, but what he said about magic items would apply to him if he was a high enough level of plumber that he used magic in sort of, like repairing pipes or setting things up or kind of doing like plumbing where he uses magic to set up a new pipeline instead of having to like tear the house apart in order to get it in there or something like that.
Yeah. But why would he run if he was like an appraiser or something like that?
Well, he would travel from place to place. He would be on his feet, presumably a fair bit.
Yeah.
If they're like a wealthy appraiser, they would probably be hiring means of transportation rather than like
yeah.
hoofing it from town to town.
Yeah.
I'll wave you in that direction too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably not an appraiser, but he does travel. He's not a traveling salesman. He's not a doctor. It seems like we're being steered away from that.
Tick tock, ladies and gentlemen.
Gotta just pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. We can.
Yeah.
We can take a punt.
Yeah, we can
And
take it.
We'll see what happens.
What should we guess?
Do we want to just say like a realtor? I don't know. You're walking around and walking in buildings and stuff. So that would be lots of steps. You're not. It's a wealthy type thing, but you're with not necessarily wealthy people. Maybe use a magic item to sell the houses. I don't know, man.
Sure. I mean, it's as good a
It
guess.
is as good as anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you a realtor?
The halfling will kind of look down and shake his head slightly.
What are you?
And Brimstone will
What
go,
are you?
"What a delightful shame! Our contestants will have to face a deadly challenge, but before that, let's take a moment to thank Mr. Errol Littlefoot, renowned hoard stealer, safecracker, and bank robber, for his participation in our game.
I was so close.
He will now be returned to Ironbrook Maximum Security Prison, where he will serve out the rest of his 52-year sentence. Thank you, Mr. Littlefoot, for this delightful time, and for the delightful death that is sure to accompany it." And with another sort of like puff of black smoke, the halfling disappears.
Halflings, always burglars.
Always burglars. Always.
Dang, we were so close to security.
With the bank thing,
I
we were on the
know,
wrong side of it. We were on the protection
You
of the
even
rich.
you even
rather
said
than-
like someone that makes safes, and I was like, yes, oh god, like you're so close.
Damn. Okay. That's fun.
The imp will sort of
Okay.
go, "If you can make it, I'll see you in room 4. If you can find the way." And he will snap his claws, and he'll disappear in a puff of red smoke. And a moment later, the stone doorway where you came in has remade itself. And then a torrent of water begins to spill into the middle of the room. And even just a few seconds later, it's already starting to pool around the bottom of the room. And this room is filling up with water fast.
Okay, what can we see
Hey,
in
yes.
terms of way out?
So basically, this room is kind of a octagon. Like, sort of, you have kind of, oh, one moment, I picked the wrong piece of music there. Apologies.
I'm gonna say this sounds too
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah. We're just gonna have a little swim.
You see a diving board and a...
Yeah.
Basically kind of, like one side, then like two others, and then two, and two. They're all smooth stone at the moment. There is kind of a torch inlaid into every corner of the room. And then the center of it is this raised platform on which is a cage. Steps lead up to it, and then on the other side of the cage, steps lead down. The water is falling directly on top of the cage and kind of then just like spilling down into the sides of the room.
And we're in the cage or we're in the sides of the room?
No, you are on sort of, at the bottom of the room, I believe. Yeah, you were given a chance to kind of like go up to the cage and walk around it and inspect him, and then brought back down to like the
And
main
then
floor.
Yeah. Okay.
To the steps.
So we're just on the floor.
Yeah.
And water is rising, and then there's steps up to the cage?
Yeah, like steps up to the cage, the platform where the cage is, and then steps back down. And there's basically kind of a like ring of floor around the raised platform where the cage is.
Okay.
It's not
Okay,
like a
I
ton
have-
of steps. It's like maybe like
Uh-huh.
10 steps maximum to get
Okay.
up to the platform. Like it's not a very high platform.
But it is. I mean, the water is coming down there, so we don't want to necessarily go up there. But, Helena, do you still have your cap of water breathing?
I believe I do, yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
good to know. And Satus,
I
you're
am so sorry. Who
incorporeal.
is this human-sized, non-elderly woman that is speaking right now?
Yeah.
Helena, do you
Yes.
still have your...
Yes, I have my water breathing cap. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I can shove you into it as well as my face. It may
Well,
come
I was
to that.
thinking we may want to Jeff Bolt, who can fly, and I could get on Volt,
Right, and Satus
and Satus is incorporeal.
Mhm.
right.
So,
So
that's
we're good up to a point. Okay,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
backup plan. We've got a backup plan.
The
Now
water
let's
we
find a
don't-
way out of
is
it.
around
Yeah.
your ankles.
okay.
But we don't see an exit currently.
Yeah.
So what's
Okay.
the deal with the cage?
The cage.
Well, that's where the guy was. That's
Oh.
where.
Oh, we're in the, okay, gotcha.
and
gotcha.
he just disappeared.
Yeah, he got poofed out of here and sent back
he
to
got
prison.
poofed out of there.
Okay, so it's just like the room we're in is just now
Yeah.
filling. Okay, got it.
Can we spread out and look for an exit? Also, with Satus
Mhm.
being incorporeal, can you
Can
float?
I fly through walls?
We
Yeah.
haven't tried it.
Let's try
Satus tries to fly.
You like so what do? You do like stick a hand, stick your face, like what do we?
I think I just try to like levitate like I'm David Blaine. And
No,
I
your feet stay planted on the ground.
Okay. Now Satus tries to put his hand through a wall.
Yeah, your hand goes through the wall.
I'd put my head through the wall.
You find only darkness. Presumably, you have put your face into a rock face.
Okay. But I can at least
So
go
cool.
through stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't fly. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, I would just say start looking for exits.
Yeah. Okay. At this point, I think we're gonna Jeff
Mm-hmm.
Bolt,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get on Volt, or maybe.
Oh, and the crowd. It's very
There
fun.
is this like
Yeah.
gasp.
That's very good.
And yeah, apologies. I got caught up in the moment when you guys were not able to guess Mr. Littlefoot's profession. You would have also heard.
Mm.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
then
that is
some
great.
light golf claps.
Yeah.
But yes, but as soon as you Jeff Volt, there is sort of this
Yeah.
like audible shocked gasp around you.
Great. And then I will ask.
Helena, can you put me on Volt?
Oh, sure.
Thanks.
Here we go, little slightly older cow.
Ow. Ooh,
Yeah,
watch my
there you
knees.
go.
Okay.
Be careful with her, Volty.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go fly around and see what we see.
Yep.
Yeah.
He takes to the air.
Check the torches, maybe.
Yeah. I'm
So-
gonna stop at like the doors had been forming and opening periodically, in each room
Yes.
we've okay, so I want to check out wherever the doors could be. Maybe the one we came through, where the one we came through was.
Okay, so just to be clear, right now that is the same kind of like smooth stone wall that is in
Yeah,
every other
yeah.
face of the room right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you do to check them?
I don't know. Just see if
Work
there's
with me
anything.
here, Cal.
Yeah. I don't know. What do I see?
You see stone.
Nothing. They just see stone. Okay.
Stick
Yeah.
Satus through it.
Yeah. Can we stick Satus through the way we came in?
Yeah, just fly me and put my head all the way around. Is it dark all the way through?
So, do you do like a lap of the room, like with
Yeah.
your head?
Oh,
just,
yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Absurd.
Yes.
So you do. Well, hang on. Let me. Okay, so it takes you like going 3/4 of the way around the room, but you do find a patch of wall where all of a sudden you see kind of a dark staircase going underground, going sort of like.
Satus through the wall goes, it's that one! It's that
Yes.
one!
Okay.
Good
Okay.
work.
But
Okay.
from, Helena, Cal, and Volt-O vision, this is the center of kind of a rooms of one of the walls of the room. that is at the moment just stone.
Is there
And
a
it feels
torch?
like stone.
Is there a torch on this wall?
So the torches are like in every corner, like every sort of,
Okay.
place where like two wall sides meet, there's a torch there. So there's torches on either side of this wall face.
Is there anything we can do? Do the torches move? Could we like extinguish those two? I'm just thinking if they. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the torches are easy to detach from the walls.
I say we try to detach the two corners around this wall, like
Okay.
where the blank is.
Yeah.
So you can't do that, Satus.
I can do
Right.
it.
But
Yeah, yeah.
But Helena can do it. You are now holding
Got
two
hands.
lit torches. The water is around your
Okay.
knees.
So I give it a push, see if it will now open.
Nope.
Okay.
Hmm.
I can swap them. I can blow them out.
Yeah.
Try
Or
blowing
all the
them out.
Yeah.
torches.
Yeah. Try blowing them out.
All the torches are lit
They are
currently,
out.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Maybe I should relight them.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Here, I'll come in and can I cast a tiny firebolt at them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I will.
Does that cost you anything, Cal? Because that is fire.
No.
Okay.
It's.
Okay, so I do want to point out the water, which is now probably around your thigh level, is quite cold. Satus, you're a ghost, so hashtag ghost life, who cares?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cal, you're in the air, so you're
Yeah.
fine. But Helena, you are in this freezing cold water. So at this point, I need to ask you to make a Constitution saving throw, which you automatically make because of your
Yeah.
earlier roll on the wheel.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
But if you stay in this water that seems to be getting colder and colder the longer that you are here, sooner or later you are going to need to start making more Constitution saving throws.
Understood. I want you to know that I have cold resistance. I know that
Oh.
wouldn't work forever,
Yes,
but I do
yeah.
want you to know that I do have some.
Excellent.
Yes.
That's great to know.
And
What
lucky.
is giving you that? Is that from the cap?
You know, I really don't know.
All right, well, you guys keep talking about what you want to do. I'm going to solve this. Oh, no, it's
I
from
think it was.
Icebreaker.
No, it's, yeah.
It's from,
Yeah,
it's from
yeah.
your
Weapon.
sword. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds right.
That is, I believe, exactly what it is.
Not dead yet. Okay, finding a way out. Come on, you guys are clever.
Is
Find a
there-
way out.
Is there anything? I mean, Satus,
Or no,
can you
excuse
just
me,
go?
it's from your frost mantle. It's from your armor.
Mm.
That's what it is. All right. Thank you for indulging me while I solve this mystery.
Not at all. Good to know. Good old frost mantle.
Satus, could you try just going through and seeing what you see on the other side and seeing if you can open it?
Sure.
the other
Yeah.
side
I would.
somehow?
Yep, Satus,
Yeah.
you go through the wall. You are now standing in the hallway. It is a hallway. There are steps that go downwards into sort of a dark underground chamber. You don't see a switch. You don't see a lever. You don't even see a handle. You just see kind of a smooth wall face.
Okay, so it's just a hallway with nothing going on. I think Satus will come back and report that.
Okay.
And we've already tried. Did we extinguish every other torch? So it's just those two
Yeah,
are
not
lit?
that.
Let's try
Okay.
that, because
Try
basically the inverse of the first thing we tried.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna extinguish all the torches. Here we go.
The torches are all extinguished. The water is still rising.
And then
Pushing
the
thing.
two outside the wall are lit, and that's still nothing.
Yep, nope.
Okay, so it's not a torch-related thing.
Good thinking, though. Like, I like
Yeah.
this creativity.
Okay.
The water is around your waist now.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh.
obviously, if the room fills, we'll die. Is that what we're thinking? We'll be squashed against the ceiling and drown? That's what we're thinking?
Yeah, I think there's nowhere for the water to go. Can I inspect? Is there anything in the cage or in that like
You can go up to
on
it.
the
Yeah, you can try.
platform? Yeah, I would love to go over there and see if there's like anything like there's something left in the cage or written on the bars or just anything that's just abnormal.
Roll me a perception check.
Cool. Non-natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
So you don't see anything in the cage itself. The cage just appears to be like a pretty standard, like black iron cage. But with the natural 20, you see a slight.
Sorry, it's non-natural.
Excuse me, a non-natural
if that
20.
changes
No,
anything.
it
Okay.
doesn't. It doesn't. But thank you for keeping me honest. You do see a slight scuff mark on the floor, about half an inch to the left of the cage.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna investigate the scuff mark, see if it's like a trapdoor or secret exit kind of thing.
It just looks like a mark that was left on the floor.
A scuff mark on the floor. Is it like?
Okay, Helena, I
would-
think I now need a Constitution saving throw while Mike does
Okay.
this.
I was gonna just bring everyone in to say like, what do you guys? There's a scuff. What do you think is up?
Yeah. I don't know.
This is my second Constitution saving throw. The first one being the one that
The auto win.
Yeah.
I have a 19.
Okay, you're fine for now. Just pretty cold.
Okay. I'm not sure that this would help.
So wait, Mike,
I'm not
you
sure.
waved everyone to like come up
I
on
was
the
saying
platform.
like,
Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
Yeah,
check it out.
yeah.
Guess this out of the water, and also it feels like the scuff mark might be something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I investigate the scuff mark?
Sure. Yeah. Roll me an investigation check.
Thank you. Yeah, jeez. 8. No, that's a 9. So 11.
Look, I don't know what you want me to tell you. It is a scuff mark.
Yeah,
It is the sort
it
of
is a
thing
scuff
that
mark,
is left on the
okay.
floor when a thing of heaviness is placed upon it and then moved.
This is placed upon it and then
Yeah, you know, like when you
moved.
like move like a heavy piece of furniture or something, it leaves a scuff mark on the floor.
What would have been moved?
The cage?
The
The
cage?
cage is there, so-
Should we move the cage?
Could the cage be a lift? Can we get in the cage and
Can
be
we
a lift?
can we move it?
Yeah.
That's on you, Helena.
Okay, where do you want me to
maybe
move
Bolt-
it?
I don't know.
Just like see if it's not like fastened to the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Alan's gonna try and pick up the cage.
Roll me a strength check. It's a very
Yeah.
heavy
Budge,
cage.
at least budge the cage.
Yeah, Volt can help.
The
Volt can help
water
push
is
it.
now getting to the point where it is starting to like seep into the top of the platform.
Great.
Roll me a strength check
I-
with advantage if Bolt is helping.
Brilliant.
Bolt is
Okay.
helping.
I get an 18.
It's quite heavy, but the cage moves slightly. It is not bolted to the ground. And you move it enough to reveal a corner of what looks like an indentation that it is over.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay. Let's look at the
Okay.
indentation. clever look at
You
the
like you
indentation.
can barely see that it's there. You can't really reach into it with the cage still mostly in the way. You only were able to like
we
move it a
gotta
couple
keep
of inches.
pushing the cage.
Okay. Let's keep shoving it. I don't think we have to pick it up.
Yeah,
We just have
team.
to shove it.
And
it
I'm
across.
cheering them on.
Yeah.
You can still give
Callum,
out
you
bardic
can
inspiration as a
help.
ghost, Mike.
Okay. Yes, sure. Let's give some. You guys can do it.
Okay, come on, Volt.
Yeah.
Thank you, Satus. That's great. Okay. So with advantage or not?
Yes, with advantage.
You would get yeah, or I guess for me, if I do bardic, you can use a D8 if you want.
Okay. I get 15.
The cage moves a little bit further, revealing this sort of, like section in water kind of rushes into it. But you do see sort of this place where there's an indentation, and at the bottom of the indentation, a red button.
Okay.
Yes.
Push it.
Push the button.
Can I reach in and push the button?
The place where the stone door that Satus found earlier opens. The water rushes out of the room.
We go.
Wow. Let's go.
Let's go.
And you hear sort of this voice from the bottom of the stairs go, "Unfortunate! But don't count our hero safe yet. 2 more challenges remain on their journey towards the Great Games." And I think that is where we're going to leave it for today, with our heroes having escaped this icy death trap.
Fun.
gosh.
All right.
I'll throw in
Cool.
this. That was worthy of a
Yay.
critical success
Yay.
noise.
Hey.
Whew.
That was awesome.
Well, I'm exhausted.
Teamwork makes a dream work.
Yeah.
I love the game show episode. It's so good.
That's fun.
I know,
Love
it's
a good,
super fun.
Don't say that until you find out what the last two are, because
No, I appreciate.
Oh,
we
I
know
know.
yet,
I'm
don't I?
scared. I'm scared because this was hard. This one was hard.
But you guys did great until this last one. Like, you cruised through the first two,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you were so
we'll
close.
be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's all right.
I'm really proud of us for the owl moment, Mike.
I was
That was
was
wild.
cool.
Oh my god.
That was wild
that
because
is
I
fun.
Just feel
almost wrote down otter,
Mm.
and then I was like, I don't know why.
Owl, yeah, Owl just
But
feels
then I was like,
studious,
yeah,
you know?
so studious, exactly, and but it was a last moment. It was a last moment decision. So
Proud of us. Proud of
That
us.
was
I know,
so good.
I know.
So good,
I
you
know.
guys.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go.
All right. Well,
All right.
we've got places to go and things to do. So let's wrap up this episode of 20 to Midnight. This has been 20 to Midnight. It is DM'd, an adventure designed by me, Gabriel Urbina. It is performed by these three lovely people: Beth, Eyre, Emma Sherr-Ziarko, and Mike Schubert. It features a triumphant return of original music by Alan Rohde. And also original art by Mikaela Buckley. This episode especially featured a lot of sound effects, which were sourced from soundsnap.com. Thank you all. And now one of my compatriots will say something about the thing that makes this show possible, which is our Patreon.
We got a Patreon.
Yeah.
You can go to patreon.com/20 to midnight, and you can get access to a whole bunch of cool stuff like videos of previous streams, and we'll
If you
thank
want to
you.
watch Cal and Satus blow up a church.
Yes.
And if you're at the highest tier, we'll thank you every episode, like we will do right now for Rena, who's at our highest tier. So thank you, Rena.
Thank you, Rena.
So yeah, and thanks to everyone who supports. We very much appreciate that. So check that out.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We are trying to be back pretty soon to wrap up the great games and see what's going to happen after that. And then we might be onto some fun new surprises.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that
Thanks,
does it for us for
everybody.
today. Be well, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.